All right.
Bro, last night was insane.
Was it? Oop, that should not be on that screen.
It's a story for later.
Oh, okay.
I tell some of the story during the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, anything that's I mean, look, this stream is rated, R, it's for adults, an adult audience, ideally, right? But yeah, there are some things that we definitely should keep to ourselves.
I completely understand. Don't worry. I have an idea. I've been thinking about how I was gonna tell this story on the cast, if at all. So
See, that's what I like though. You gotta think about you gotta think about like the right way to say stuff. Oh man. Sorry, I'm posting on Instagram right now. All right, and then how do I here? Branded content? No, I'm not. It's none of those things. I just want to put a link. Fine. Link
photo with a
in.
link on it.
No, it won't let me on Instagram for some reason. Uh, Link in bio though. So Alma sent me a couple tracks to put on here. Uh,
Yo, how's
and
Alma doing?
yo, Alma's doing well, man. Uh, I like, yeah, I'm planning a trip, so that I can see some of you good friends of mine, uh, in the near future. So, once we start getting some people in here, we
Oh,
will
we started with you.
initiate our conversation. Yeah, bro, I told you I was setting it up and
Okay,
putting
brother.
it on
Okay,
go.
brother.
Nah, you good. Here, let me see.
Where was the way to put links on Instagram?
That's the thing. I don't know. And apparently, like, it's got to be like branded content, and like you got to be a business partner or something. So I also put it up on. I mean, I put it up on my Snap. I put it on Twitter, and I put it on IG. So
That's social media marketing for you.
look, man. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
I know, but do remember, this is recording, so like we could get started.
Yeah, you're
Start
right. You're right. Yeah, it is recording.
People are gonna come back and listen to this. So,
Yeah. So how are you, dog? I know that you've been kind of sick this week. Uh,
listen. Well, first and foremost, I want to say that I do not have the Rona because that's the automatic assumption. That's what people are gonna go to automatically.
Yo, yeah, you know what?
Like, it's annoying,
Yeah,
but it's understandable. Like I can't
yeah,
get mad about it.
yeah, yeah. I actually went to get tested for the Rona yesterday, and yeah, my sister and I went. We went to go get the antibody test, and it was exactly what they tell you. It's that long, bruh, very uncomfortable stick, just straight down the back of your neck, and just. And like, yeah, it's like, and the woman's like, okay, 10 seconds, and she just. And like the whole time, she's just super nonchalant. Like you can hear her nails clacking against each other. Like they're just rubbing back and forth. She not a care. But you know what? I gotta say, I didn't have as bad a time as my sisters just because I already suffer from horrible nasal problems. But yeah, it wasn't pleasant. Um,
Oh, that's so
the one
sad.
positive though is I think that they knocked a lot of like phlegm I had in the back of my throat. Uh, cause I
Bro, because I'm over sickness, all I've been doing is hacking up phlegm. It's evil, it's disgusting, and I hate it.
yeah,
But
man.
like I just
Oh,
listen.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, do we test to see if we can hear me on the cast? I'm so just concerned.
If anybody watching, please comment right now and let us know if you can hear Ralph well or if I need to adjust his voice. It sounded like you were heard, but I would speak as well. Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, because you stopped.
I'm muted myself like a smart person. I muted myself like a smart person. That was great.
Okay.
No, I can't hear myself. Oh no, okay, there we go. I can hear myself. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Just listen. After last time, bro.
Are you actually make sure you're speaking into the microphone? You see how close I got this one to me? Like
Yeah, mine is just off screen. Like my
you can bring it into screen, it's fine.
right here. It's
That's it.
actually on screen. It's just
That's a big
slightly
one.
here.
Oh wow. Yo,
Get
oh.
right here.
Um, make sure to aim towards it when you speak though, because that's gonna be important for clarity.
It's in the direction of my mouth.
Hey, but you're whispering now. All right, you know what? Here, let me try to turn you up a little bit more.
You can't. Oh no, wait. Secret agent.
That was before. That was before.
We're good now. Okay.
Well, I don't know. He hasn't said anything again, but
So how do I sound now?
uh, oh gosh. See, I feel kind of bad that you can't hear the music that I'm listening to as well, because
It's fine. It's for the audience. It's more for the audience than for me. But as we were saying, yes, I'm getting over a cold. And the corona testing, how did it go?
yeah, so far it seems fine. Here, I'm gonna bring him up some more. Uh, and put down the music.
Mm-hmm. Well, I still can't be heard. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to up your volume as much as I can. Yeah, this track, man.
It happens every time.
Yeah, this track our boy made. This is the Vanessa Hudgens moans on a Jersey beat that Amen did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Yeah,
He
he
is a
is.
monster. Like, okay, let's be. So I will say this then, and I'm hoping I'm heard in saying this.
Yeah, I
So,
put you up to 160%.
Amen, the producer, is a friend of mine.
Ours.
A friend of ours. I've known him since high school. Like this.
All right, yeah, that's
I
fine.
knew him before he was DJing, before he was producing. Back when he was just very interested in music. This man has blossomed into an amazing producer. He's
Yeah.
blossomed into an amazing DJ. Like I remember when I was DJing, I'm still gonna get back into DJing. But when I was DJing, I was going by the tag name DJ Koki. Me and my fellow DJ friend, DJ Young Bull, were doing an event, and we were doing our thing. I was still very new to DJing, so there was still some things I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
He hopped on my turntable, and I was like, "So why am I here? Why am I here? If he's gonna do what he's doing, why am I here? Like I don't understand why I'm
Yeah.
getting paid for this, jumping on there and doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
It just cuts, just
Yeah,
cuts.
yeah. Yo, speaking of DJs, you know who's so I don't know if you remember, but my godfather used to DJ when he was younger, like a lot.
Yeah, I remember.
Like he's a DJ for El Lapi Consciente, like the Dominican artists, like a lot of other hip hop artists, and like he did a lot of other things, bro. He started setting up his kit again. Like he has Serato set up with his
Oh,
laptop and everything, bro. And I helped I mean I say I helped him with like put together his setup yesterday, but it was literally I went into the attic to grab a couple quarter-inch to XLR cables for him. And he plugged it in. He's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna start DJing again." And I'm like, "Yo, you should stream yourself DJing."
yes,
And yeah,
Amen does that sometimes.
yeah. So he's just trying to figure out. He needs to get the right cable to be able to plug the interface properly into the like into the computer so that it captures the interface as well. But that's
Listen,
gonna be
dude,
fuego.
what was funny is because I don't know if I'm gonna completely touch on last night, but I will mention that last night I was mentioning DJing and I was talking about this event that I did in 2018, the first big event I ever did.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
one that I did here at.
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest event I've done, corporate event. I had everybody going crazy. It was a great time. Like being a DJ, one of my favorite things we're doing was getting a crowd live, getting a crowd lit, getting everybody dancing, making sure everybody had a great time. And I love like, of course, it's nice to get at the end when people are like, "Yo, that was dope. You did a good job." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know, like, I know what I do, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go now. Like,
There you
nothing
go.
cool about it."
Yo,
Oh, but
Ralph, I felt like you with I feel like with that event, like you low key pulled like a I'm on top of the world, and then you disappeared
literally that.
to raise hype for your next appearance. Yeah.
Yup,
Now everybody's
literally
like,
that.
"Yo, when DJ Koki coming back? When is it happening?" Because I have a feeling they'd hire you for another holiday party. Like if you still had some friends there,
Oh yeah,
they definitely hire you back. Like
oh yeah.
you
No,
just
I
need
could
your
probably get
equipment.
plugged in to get another event if I want to.
Yeah.
The day will come.
Yeah, soon come, soon come, soon come.
All
Um,
right, so let's actually
so
try to touch on some of the topics that we.
real quick, one of the ways that I do want us to really come into every episode here is
Mhm.
just explaining to fam, to the group. Ralph and I, we've known each other for over 10 years now.
Yes.
We we met at a church.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were regular contributors to some sketches that were on a YouTube channel. We made some of our own videos together. Ralph, I mean, we both have some projects. We're actually one of our I mean, Ralph, if you would like to just mention the pride and joy. We're not, I don't know if we want to go into that.
Mention it.
Like
Okay,
we
we
can
can.
mention the pride and joy.
We
Um,
have to really. Okay, so if I had to describe how I want to mention this, we have to MCU Marvel interview it. You know when they're not allowed to say
oh yeah,
specifics, like they
yeah.
can only like just mention
Okay,
some
okay,
things,
like
but they can't
generalities.
like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
yeah. So yes, there is a comic in the works right now
Uh huh.
that okay, so this universe is being shared between me and Lobo. Between we're writing two characters in this universe. That's going to be a very expansive universe. That's going to be very very cool. The art is in the works. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great. It's so beautiful. Um, uh, I we won't. Let's not even go off on names or anything just yet. I haven't found an artist just yet for what I've written so far, but I'm starting to do sketches and try to come up with like at least the basis for what I'm hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but other than that, we're doing this together. I'm helping edit some podcasts for some other friends. Like we I feel like Ralph and I have creative limbs. And just
Yeah, we stretch it.
yeah, or trying
Time
to
stretch.
try yeah.
It's been some time. They have rigor mortis, and we're
Yeah.
trying to shake it off them. Just like,
All right, T Swift. Let's get to shaking here. Um, again, thank you for joining. Whoever's here, you guys are appreciated. Um,
very much. We
so
love you.
let's take a look at, yes, we do love you. So let's take a look at uh, let's take a look at some of our topics, some of the things that we kind of wanted to touch on.
Which we have plenty,
Yeah,
and we are known to just go off on tangents about them, so they will be well explored.
yeah. Please, at any point in time, please just, yes, shaking and baking. At any time, if you want to contribute, have something to say about something we're talking about, join in. This is meant to be a conversation for all of
We are
us.
here for the interaction.
We are here amongst
Conversation.
friends. Yeah, this is a verbal cipher, if you will. Um, so talk to me, Ralph. How's your week been so far? And
The week's been okay. The week's been. I'm gonna be that boring person and complain about it for a moment. It's been extremely humid in New York City, and I'm just not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm not.
yeah,
And I know that's something you regularly deal with in Florida, but I'm just gonna complain about it because it's happening now,
yeah, no, that's
and
fine.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like sweating for no reason. I'm not here for it. Put me in a
Preach.
100 degrees of dry weather before you put me in 70 degrees of humidity. I'm
Mm-hmm.
done. I don't want to deal with
Mm-hmm. That's what. Oh, uh-oh, something went wrong. Oop, there we go.
it.
Sorry.
What went wrong?
No, I just things are weird. um, but yeah, so I have been relatively unbusy for a little while now, kind of just trying to grasp inspiration to work on a couple things. uh
Hmm.
but in the meantime, looking, I guess, for inspiration elsewhere. um so let's take a look at a couple of these things, man. So I feel like I'm always going to wonder, you know like what what are some of our favorite cartoon teams. All right, because
We're going back to this.
man,
Do we
yeah, all
finish the
right. And
conversation?
no, I feel like some of our favorites list got cut off. All right, and because I started jumping off on tangents and everything. I also set up in the stream a suggestion box where I switched it up to for people to say what their favorite teams in media are, whether it's real life. It could be a sports team. Yeah, it
Mhm.
could be a video game team. It could be a cartoon show team. Rick and Morty. Whatever it is. Um,
And that was pretty much like to represent what we are then, right?
yeah. Like we were trying to figure out what cartoon team Ralph and I resemble in our friendship, but I feel like we've been doing this for a while. Like
Hmm.
you've got a friend that you guys are like Rigby and Mordecai from regular show
Oh
together.
God! Yes,
Right?
I'm the Rigby. No, I'm the Mordecai to her Rigby. Like she would always get us in this stuff, and then I would have to be like, okay, how this stuff? And I'll have to think my way out of the situation that she got us into, and I'm just like, why does this always happen? Why does it always happen? I actually purchased the pops for Mordecai Rigby, and I
Yeah.
gave her the Rigby. Like this is you, and this is me saving you from. I don't know who if anybody here's watched regular show. If you haven't watched the regular show from Cartoon, it is a great show. There are two characters on there called Mordecai and Rigby. Rigby is the troublemaker, and Mordecai is kind of a troublemaker, but
He's
more
less, yeah,
level-headed.
he's a little bit more
He's
uh
gonna he'll
responsible.
be involved in the nonsense, but if it goes too far, he'll be the one to be like, okay, we got to get out of this.
I don't know, dude. He's got that energy that like yeah, maybe we shouldn't have started this, but whatever. We're here now. Uh, let's see. Something we were toying with was Two Angry Beavers, uh, or Angry
We
Beavers. Yeah,
I
Norbert and Daggett.
but none of us are. Neither of us is that chaotic.
Yeah,
Daggy,
yeah,
neither of us is that chaotic. We're both pretty chill. Like we'll get into nonsense, but we're both pretty chill, and we're both level-headed enough to get away. It's crazy.
yeah. I feel like our actual friendship wouldn't make great TV dynamics unless like we were caricaturized. Right, unless it was
True.
like the most extreme of our personalities put together, like we'd be boring as hell. Um, so all right, well now, all right. So what if we did? What would be our most characterized uh,
I
traits?
feel like you said it off stream one time that our combination is you're Chucky Finster and I'm Tommy Pickett.
Yeah, word.
It's that.
Yeah,
I honestly I think it's that.
yeah. I could see that. I am I'm the reticent one. I'm the like I'm the first one to be like, "Are you sure we should be doing that?" And you are more like, "Oh, we should try it." Like it's what's wrong with trying it? Yeah,
Listen,
no.
right? Heroin's not as bad as they say.
And even
But
when I advise against something, man's still be pulling up like a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do.
dude, it's true. I got my lucky screwdriver and we out here. Like we good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We're
See,
making
I'd rather be that than be Phil. I'm sorry, whoever identifies with Phil, but Phil, I'm sorry,
Phil is
bro.
with, Phil is with all the nonsense. Phil is the
Yeah,
one.
Phil. You know what? I
Phil's
do
the,
have some friends like Phil.
you
I
have some Phils.
definitely, yeah, I have
I
some
have
friends
some
like
Phils.
Phil.
Phils are fun. You can't hang out with Phils all the time, but Phils are fun every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, just all of them are characters.
Yeah.
All of them. I have a couple of Susie Carmichaels in my life. I love them.
Word.
Yeah,
Yo, you know what? Yeah. I feel like we don't. I feel like not enough credit is given to the Susie Carmichaels of the world.
they're dope. They're reliable. They're there for you. They're smart. They don't take the nonsense.
Yo, I mean, yeah. There's nothing to dispute there. That was just correct. Ooh,
Fun.
which
You know
reminds me,
what?
and I hate to say this, but
Oh,
it reminds me of the creepy pasta for the
don't do it.
show, right?
Don't bring that. No, don't
Wait,
taint
no, because
this.
look, because some of our
Oh,
viewers may not have heard it, right? And it's one of those theories. It's one of those theories.
like
Oh, yeah, that are funny and interesting to think about. But like, if it's real, it's kind of like, bro, that's wild.
okay.
All right, so
I like creepy pasta theory since I had about Ed Ed. But continue what you were saying.
yeah.
'Cause I hate the Ed and Eddie ones. Ed and Eddie's one of my favorite cartoons.
Yo, yeah. Oh my God, Ed and Eddie. I
I
don't really
hate
think
it.
we could be anybody from there either.
No. I when I was younger, I identified with Ed just because me and him were both large people. Because I was
Yeah,
never
that's it.
that type of person. I was never that dumb.
Butter
What?
toast.
No.
Just yeah. Um, I forgot what I was saying. I peep you using the push to mute button. Check you out.
See? You smart.
We out here. What was it? I forgot where I was and everything.
We're talking about we couldn't be Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, we couldn't. No, before that, it was nobody from Ed and Eddie.
Oh, no, you were saying the creepy pasta.
Yeah, the creepy pasta from Rugrats. Thank you. So, they're saying, or they had, or you can find it on the internet, that Angelica, was a, like she had, schizophrenia or something. Like she was born a crack baby, because her mom, who's actually like who is represented in Cynthia with like all the hair pulled out, like her mom was a crackhead, and that's why she resents like her new mother so much because she's so different from like her actual mom. That Tommy, what was it? Tommy died young, and that's why Lou stays like Lou is always like making toys, for the baby that passed away. Phil and
So
uh,
sad.
Phil and Lil was either like an abortion or like a stillbirth. Yeah, and so she didn't know whether it was a boy or a girl, so she made them both.
Who thinks of this
Bro,
stuff?
I don't know, man. It's the internet.
Whoa.
The internet's wild.
Reg was innocent.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild. I mean, yeah. Oh, but they also say, I forget what they said about Chucky. Or maybe Chucky was the crack baby, and that's why like he always has the shakes or something. Like that's why they said. Um,
He was scared. Why we
yeah,
gotta make it? He was
yeah,
just a
yeah,
That's all
yeah,
it was.
yeah. It's not his fault.
It's just
Um,
it's wrong.
and then they said that Susie was her therapist. Was Angelica's therapist, who heard all these stories and then told someone about it who wrote it into a story, like a kid's story, and sold it to Nickelodeon or something. I don't believe it. I don't know if
I don't do that. The
yeah.
internet is a crazy place. And you're not gonna taint this thing I grew up on. No.
I look
No. Not have it, sir. No.
taint the taint the intention, but
No.
that's
Not
wild. Oh
All right.
man.
Let's
See
move
what
on
else.
to
What else we
another
got? What else we got?
before I get sad here.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Because just funny talking about cartoons. Cartoons is something. Because like I was literally at work the other day when we were talking about tattoos, and one dude said he wants to get a talisman from Jackie Chan Adventures. And I was like,
Yo,
that's so cool.
which talisman would you want if the talismans were real and you could actually like use them? Which you get? I
No, I
don't
got one
like,
for
just
you. I
one,
got one for
just
you.
one.
You have to use the one that's the year that you were born.
Oh, damn, that
That's the
sucks.
one you have to get.
Bro,
You
that
don't get
sucks.
a
We
choice.
both get astral projection. That's it. It's
Yeah,
the
because we were
it's the
both
year of
born
the
in the
sheep.
year of the lion. Oh God, the
Yeah.
sheep.
Yep.
Terrible. I remembered when I was younger and I realized that I was born in the year of the sheep and I'm a Virgo. I was like, I'm a virgin sheep. I'm
Wow.
the most boring shit in the world. Like I
Bah.
don't I couldn't get a dragon. No.
Yep. Nope.
I couldn't
Mm-mm.
get like a scorpion or a lion.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
A virgin sheep.
Would have even taken a monkey. You know.
Innocent thing that I can think of. A virgin lamb. What is that?
Yeah. Look. It's we about it. See, I wouldn't go with the ox. Right. If it was if I had the choice, just cause like, all right, I'm strong. So
I feel like it's redundant for you too since you're a Taurus.
right. um, you also have the dog. Always healthy. Kind of
Which would
lit.
be nice.
Kind of lit.
That would be
Uh,
kind of cool. The snake is awesome. Invisibility.
invisibility. Yeah, I feel like that if that gets into the wrong hands, though, that's a problem.
Very dangerous. I don't know if you've seen
Yes.
The Boys, but that's a perfect example of invisibility.
I yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, there's a character in there. His name is Translucent. He has the power of invisibility. He's a dick. He's a dick in the way he uses it. That's all I'm gonna say. He's an asshole in the way that
Oh
he
my
uses it.
gosh.
Worst part is he needs to be naked. Like he can't have clothes on. He
Oh
can't
my
put
gosh.
clothes on.
You know what that's like? Oh man, I don't know if anybody here is old enough or used to watch movies of that era. But I don't know if you remember Mystery Men.
Yeah,
Janine Garofalo, Kel.
this is
What's
deep.
his last name?
I
I
think
forget
it's
his
all
name.
about
Uh,
Cal Mitchell.
Kel Mitchell. Wasn't
I believe Ben
Ben
Stiller was in it.
Stiller. Yeah. Oh, Hugh something. Hugh Azaria, something like that. He's like,
Got
bro.
me.
He had the forks and oh my it just anyway. But
It's
Kel's
been a long
character,
time seeing
yeah.
that movie.
Uh,
Yeah, no, he's invisible.
he, he he called himself like the wind. He goes, I can be as invisible as a window pane, and they're like, what? It's like there are things more invisible than that.
Listen, okay, these are my powers. Don't
Yeah.
question them. This is the
No,
best I can.
he even says that like yeah, but you can't look at me is one of the things he's like. So at one
Like,
point he like takes all his clothes off. He's like, I'm invisible. Can you see me? And then everybody turns off and it's just his butt. It's great.
that's what, I'm invisible unless you look. It doesn't make sense.
That sounds
at
like
all.
my childhood.
Like, oh my god, that's terrible. That was sad. That made me sad. No, but that's a terrible power. Like, like the funny thing, writing the story that I'm writing, I've literally took a list. I literally found like a Wikipedia page of list of fictional powers, like from any fictional
The universe,
books,
yeah.
books, TV shows, movies, anything. Like any fictional power has been depicted in some kind of media was on this list. Yo, what's up, Otilio? Welcome up.
Ear.
I found this list and I'm looking at all these powers and I'm just like, what? What? And they're variants. I'm like, what? Like photokinesis, hydrokinesis, pyrokinesis, telekinesis, telekinesis, and these are just kinesises. And then it's just gets into all this other stuff. I'm like, this is nuts. The amount of powers that are have been used and have been thought of.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even think of the top of your head if you think superpowers, these would not fall into the top
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't consider a lot of them.
It's nuts. It's literally insane.
Which makes me even more excited about some of our characters in said unannounced name project. Uh, so one of the reasons why the name of this stream is working title is because Ralph and I usually have like 3 or 4 projects that we're talking about doing, but I'm
Yeah.
terrible at helping to
Well,
actualize them. Uh,
you came up the name with the name for the comic book though.
I did. Thank you for giving me some credit. No,
I
that
will give you credit. It
yeah.
was yours.
Look, and I will refuse to take credit if I didn't actually do something. So balance, right?
Very much balanced.
Um,
Okay. All right.
let's see. Yeah,
So let's move on to another topic. We we've vetted out the cartoon topic very much so at this point. I feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, all right.
Do
So
you want to get into
I kind of want to get
anime
into.
or do you want to get
I
into some
kind
of the
of,
show?
I kind of want to get into the conversation I was having with my sister last night, because I feel like if there are any women watching, they might be able to relate and comment on this, just by how, because I feel like it's important for us to be able to see everything from both points of view, right?
Very
The ignorant men of the world won't understand like what's wrong with their actions unless they see how it affects like women in real life, and vice versa, right? The women that have become toxic, or women that are toxic, because there's players on both sides,
true.
that don't know that their actions are toxic, right? Like,
So we're
um
talking about toxicity in general, like not
well,
even.
it doesn't have to be specific, right? Because like, or I say it's within the subset that we were talking. The subset that we were talking about was like toxicity when it comes to relationships and like dating apps specifically, right? Because dating apps suck, right?
Oh,
Uh,
dating apps are terrible.
they're terrible,
They,
right? With this generation, and this was kind of a big point with this generation, especially, and then moving forward into Gen Z and whatever gen we're gonna go on after Z, is whether it's 1, 2, 3, I don't know, whatever. It's probably gonna be algebra next.
likely.
Uh,
Sign like
is that
Gen sign to
yeah, Gen at sign *4. Um,
Gen
it
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
No, canceled. I'm out at Gen Pythagorean theorem. That's it.
Gen Pythagorean theorem.
Um, because they're always obtuse. All right, I'm done with myself. Sorry, guys. Time to go. Um, so
Jesus Christ. I cannot believe this
so
made
one of the
it.
things that we were bringing up was that there's a lack of attention span these days, right?
Very much so.
And the lack of attention span means that the men who used to be like patient and willing to take time to get to know a woman have become less patient because they know that there's somebody else right after that swipe, whether it goes the way they want it to or
Yeah, the
not,
access
right?
there. Yeah.
Same on the women's side, I have to assume, right? Because you know that there's going to be another dude on the side of that probably swiped right on you. Let's be honest. Everything's sort of skewed in that direction on dating apps. um it, it's like
Options are
yeah, options are abundant, but I feel like that's also one of the problems for women, is that they're flooded
yeah.
with not just options, flooded with horrible options. So it
Oh
numbs
yeah.
them. So it numbs them to actual good, meaningful interactions with guys that might be like actual well-meaning people.
The thing that frustrates me and it bothers me is the fact that there's this constant rotation in like it's unfortunate to use this term pickup line, like ways that people will introduce themselves. Guys will introduce themselves on dating apps, and unfortunately, there'll be these guys that will introduce themselves, and the introduction will be it'll be good, but then it'll go left. So these guys aren't the best guys, but they know how to introduce themselves. They know how to start a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So now there are a lot of women on dating apps that if you don't come correct with the intro, they don't even want to. Like you got to come. You can't just say, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Really,
like, why
like
can't I just
that,
have a regular conversation with you?
That should be an I feel like that should be an acceptable introduction, especially if the woman hasn't put a lot of her. I hate when a woman doesn't put a lot of her profile because you're not giving me anything to.
I
Like
refuse
if
to swipe right.
I
I
refuse.
I
Like you have
refuse.
to have something. I need to see that there's something. Like you can be wildly attractive, but
Bro,
I need to see that you have something in
I need
common. Like
something to go off of,
that's
right?
what I'm saying. I
Cuz
need
like
something. Like
I
for
feel
the
like that
quote.
conversation, yeah, anything. I feel like that
So
conversation always becomes like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" blah blah blah, and you'll say something and they won't
yeah,
like they won't reply at all. And it's like,
exactly.
but I just want how do you like but then y'all get mad if guys are dry in conversation but you be mad dry too.
Yo, that's why I love this app called Bumble. I know you've heard of it. I think we discussed this app before. What I love about this app is that women need to start that. Women need you like you have a
Yeah. You
match, and the woman
yeah.
needs to be conversation. So here I was when I first downloaded that. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna find all these introductions of these women want. I'm gonna see the creativity of their introductions because I'm so sick of being the one to start the conversation. You know what I get? Wave emojis.
Yo.
You're not even trying.
Yo.
You're not even
Yeah. Bro,
trying.
I 100. Yeah, I told you about. I had an experience on Bumble as well. So me and the woman in question, like we're still friendly now. But I even like I made fun. Like I definitely roasted her for that. Like because she just said hey,
That's all you got.
and I'm like,
That's it.
bro, yeah. And her like, and again, like on her profile, like she didn't have that much, but there was enough for me to hope that she was a real person, right? It's not
Yeah.
enough to know that they're a real person. It's enough
It's a
to
whole
hope,
other thing. Real people. That's a whole nother thing.
bro. Like, cause I feel like I don't know about on the women's side, like looking for men. I know for a fact on the men's side, looking for women, there are tons of scams, straight scammers, like women that look like they might be real but are actually just bots that are trying to get like your credit card information if you're silly enough. Like just random pages that are set up to try to trap you. I one
Fishing is.
yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't swipe right on you if you don't have anything in your profile. I don't swipe right on you if you like if the only thing you have is asking me to add you on Snapchat or Instagram. I
Man,
like
have only one picture.
one picture. Nah, it's a dub. Or you got
If
two
you have one
pictures
picture,
and one of them's a black screen. Dub. Come on, bro.
yeah, no.
Don't play me. Come on.
I thought you should have at least three pictures. You
I
should have
feel
at
like
least
yeah,
three.
I feel like three is fair, but I also understand that not everybody likes taking pictures. Not everybody feels like they're photogenic. Um,
Which is understandable.
yeah, yeah. But
Pictures and make one of them your dog.
yeah,
Sorry.
give us something, or
Like
make one of them a personality picture. You know, it doesn't have to be of you, but something that
yeah,
represents you.
yeah. Like an event that you went to that you enjoyed, maybe a picture of you with a celebrity that you like that you took a
Yo,
picture
yeah,
of.
I wouldn't even
Like,
be mad.
I won't be mad at it. Like
A
something. Like
photo of you and a celebrity you like that you photoshopped together. Nigga, I don't care. Like it
literally,
shows that you're creative and you got an imagination, bro. You got an imagination. You out here putting in work and you got some computer skills.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know.
No, but yeah, it's rough. Honestly, it's rough out here, Dave.
Yeah, man.
And yeah,
I
I
feel
can't
that.
do dating apps. Like
I'm.
I've downloaded and deleted dating apps so many. I deleted all my dating.
It's on a cycle. I feel like it's on a 3 to 6 month cycle. What I do is I'll be on the app until I start getting notifications that hey, we noticed you haven't been on the app, and I'm like, ah, I guess I'll just delete it for now. And then a couple
Yeah,
months later, when I get bored and I realize that I have extra time and I'm not doing anything productive with it, like,
like
let's see
put a
if there's
swiping,
anything. There's
pass the
nothing.
time.
There was nothing. Yeah.
There was
Oh my
nothing
gosh.
left. Why?
I got to start putting together the soundboard again. I think that's gonna be essential here.
Very much so. All right, so I want to use this. What? Well, before we leave the dating apps topic, does anybody? Because I wanted to like transition this
Yeah.
way. So, does anybody in the chat have anything like to contribute about dating apps? This is a
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation.
honestly, I could go off about this for a while.
All right, for a
Like,
while,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
I have stole
Yeah,
that.
yeah. As long as we can protect people's identities, I'm down for all
Listen,
the tea.
I'm okay.
Like,
Let's each tell one story. Let's each tell one, and then
um,
change the
all right,
name.
yeah, 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 yeah. All right, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. I got
You
one.
have to use a name from a TV show.
No, it's fine. I won't give her a name. It's fine.
Oh no, okay. You want to tell your story first? Or you want me to tell mine?
You can go. You can go.
Okay, I'm gonna name the girl in this story Kimiko. Kimiko
Okay.
from
Wow.
yes, Kimiko. Okay, so I saw Kimiko on should I name the dating app? They're
You
not getting
don't
no
don't yeah don't
they're
yeah.
not getting no promo for me. So I we match, start chatting. She looks like cute, enough to inquire further. So we match, we were chatting up a little bit, and then I noticed that she has 420 that two of her pictures of her smoking weed. I'm like, this girl.
Ooh. All right. All right.
This is when I had my own
Mm-hmm.
spot time. So I hit her with the, hey, you want to come to a smoke? Yes. So she was like, yeah. So she comes through. Me, her, and my boy was there at the time, and we were all just like smoking, hanging out. Da, 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 da. I texted my boy. I said, yo, I'm gonna give you text green light when I need you to make moves. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like we're chatting up, we're smoking. This girl brings out a grinder, huge and full. I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
All right.
this is gonna be an interesting night. So eventually, I give my boy the green light to leave. Things happen, great time. Would not repeat though. So I like
Yeah.
we established that we were gonna do anything more. So we end up going our separate ways. I got really, really busy, and she was like hitting me up to chill, but I ended up reaching out to her 2 weeks later, and she got irritated. I was busy. I was busy. So yeah, that's how that particular incident ended. That wasn't bad though. Like this is
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, sometimes situations can come out of it. That's fine. And
Yeah.
me and her could end up being cool. I end up being like mad chill with a lot of women I end up involved with in one way or another.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your story, sir.
I feel like my stories are never that interesting because I don't really feed into like if there's drama, I can't feed into it. It just it eats at my soul, so I kind of just dub stuff that starts feeling too dramatic. Um, but I started talking to this one girl, and honestly, I was in the middle of a very bad week. My the brakes on my car were messed up. I tried to fix them and ended up breaking something instead of actually fixing it, so I had to get my car towed. This happened 6 hours before I had to be at work that day for a very busy day. Had to tow my car. Had to go and rent a car. The first place that I set up to rent the car said that they couldn't take the kind of card that I had, but they didn't explain why. So I had to go to a different place. And while I'm doing all of this, I'm just just frustrated. And I get a notification on my phone that I just got super liked. Uh, and
Oh,
what kind of what?
big man.
No, no, no. I think it was not. No, it was no. It was a match. It was a match because I super liked her. Like I remembered after because bro, when I saw this woman, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like,
Whoa.
you can't be real. Like you can't be
Yeah,
real. You can't be
I
real.
bet.
Like you have to like this has to be a catfish specifically for me.
Yeah,
Specifically for me.
this was
Fine,
designed to be
fine as heck.
fun. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like she actually had a profile.
10. Well, what would you give it?
Yo, honestly,
Just so the audience can get an idea of what we're talking about.
and I feel like Ralph, you know how like
You have a
stringent.
particular
Yeah, I
standard.
have a very particular taste. This woman was like a 9.5.
And that really means a 9 then. Okay.
Like she would, yeah. And but like, and then her bio was also like something that was directly aimed towards me. Like I was like, bro, you stop playing with me. Like, what's up? I super liked it, like just on a whim, because I'm like, if she's actually real and she does see this, fingers crossed. She hits me up, and the way she hits me up is with banter, replying to the banter I had on my page.
Banter is always nice.
Cause I had something on my page, like, cause honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was just frustrated. I was angry. I was like, nah, I'm not trying to do it. Like, I'm not really with it no more. Like, I wasn't really opening. I don't think I opened the app. I was gonna say Twitter for some reason. I don't think I opened that dating app for like a week or two. So my, like, on my profile it said, like, do yourself a favor, just swipe left. Right.
Okay.
Right. Cause like, the way, like, what I was thinking, and I repeated that line to my sister, and my sister was like, ew, that's cocky. And I'm like, oh, I did not see it that way. The way I was looking at it was like, you're probably not gonna respond to my messages anyway, so just swipe left. You know, like that, like that's because, bro, like, my look, I just be out here. But she was like, I was gonna swipe left, but my finger did its own thing. And I was like, yeah. So we started talking for a while, and it was dope. It was fantastic. She was a really interesting person. You know, we got to know each other, and then, yo, from like one day to another, like, the conversation went from all good in the hood to Danny Phantom. Like, just yeah, just like, and she, like,
I hate that.
she went ghost for like a day or two, and I'm like, oh, you know, just, you know, how you been, blah blah blah. Like, it just making conversation exactly how we usually did. She'd reply like once or twice, and it was just gone. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, this is the life we live. This is the life we lead. You know, so there are those experiences, right, where you get ghosted, and like everything seems like it was dope as hell, right? Like, it's not just the one, like, it's not just because you always hear about like women getting ghosted on these apps, like after a guy is showing that he's like all dedicated and all this other stuff, and then he turns around and is just gone. It happens to us too, I swear.
It happens to everybody out
Yeah.
there, unfortunately. Those things are very, very common practice that I hate.
Being an asshole is not restricted to gender.
Facts, honestly, facts. I hate ghosting. I feel like if you don't want to talk to somebody, like, give them a reason to talk to them. Hit them up.
Yeah, you. Sorry, you got to speak up a little more when you're telling your story, bro. It's coming in low.
No. I hate when people ghost. I
Yeah.
hate it. Like, if you don't want to talk to anybody, if you don't want to talk to somebody anymore, tell them. Like, just like be an adult, talk to them. Like, I hate when people just fall off the face of the earth, and it's like,
yeah, let's be adults.
It's easier. Like, that's what people are gonna say. It's easier. Like, I don't have to explain myself. I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
like,
just tell
I
me.
would only ghost somebody if they're making it difficult for me to stop talking.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm, see what I'm saying? I'm not really, and then like giving me trouble about it, which I've had before. I'm like, oh no, come on. And it's like, okay, you're not getting the point here, so I'm just gonna, like, but I tried.
Yeah.
Like, I can say at the end of the day, I tried.
Yeah.
To break this off in a way that was cool.
Just gonna blue skidoo. We can't just pull off. Just pull off on them.
I'm going. But your story actually, I don't know why it reminded me of this other story. This other story is a topic that I still want to transition into. So, thing is with me, and I've talked to you about this. How do you feel about dating in the work?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You like dating in the workplace?
I think it is dangerous. Coco, thank you for coming. Happy birthday! It's Coco's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
I hope you got some tea, and you're ready for your day.
Happy birthday to you. I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry, I shouldn't keep shaking my testicles. Nobody wants that. We were talking about dating apps, and just how hopeless they are for everybody. Quick synopsis. I personally think that women are inundated with terrible options, so you're less likely to give good guys the time of day, which makes them skip you and go to people who are gonna further ignore him, and it's just a vicious cycle. Um, yeah, she said testicles are cool, so I could do it. Oh god, that was a lot. Um, um,
No,
where,
but,
where were we transitioning to? Yes.
No, okay. I was gonna tell just a quick story, and then we're gonna transition.
Yes.
So, dating in the workplace. I am not a fan of dating in the workplace. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't
I
think
agree.
it's ever a good. Most of the time, I don't think it's a good idea. I feel like 90%, 95% of the time, it's not. There are people that get married when
Yeah.
they meet the work. That's great, but I feel like it's such a roll of the dice. I feel like it could go so wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you need specific kinds of people for that to work. Like, there's not everybody can handle that.
So here was the situation. Who we got here? Trentos Mentos.
Trentos Mentos, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What up?
Welcome.
So okay, so here's what happened.
You can join the conversation too as well. It's what we love about this.
Welcome. No,
Yeah.
feel free to contribute, dude. We're talking about dating in the workplace and how it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So at my last job, last job I had, which I was working there, and there was a girl there who I was cool with. Like, we had like a group of people and apparently she was interested in dating me. Now I was not open to it because I was like, I don't like dating in the place, but after my friend was beating me down about it because he was trying to get me into a relationship, because friends in relationships want to get into a relationship for some reason. He said, "Bro, just go out." You know what? And it there's a level of cockiness when you ask somebody on a date that you know is gonna say yes. Have you ever had that when you like, I know that you like me, like there's no there's no question about it. I don't
I
about this.
know. I've always been. I think I've always had a healthy fear of rejection, for every person I've asked.
No, there was no healthy fear of rejection at all. Like, I knew she was interested in me, so I'm like,
Oh, but
if I
Coco
pull this
knows.
trigger,
Coco's
it's gonna
like, yeah.
hit. It's a power trip. No, yeah, you see, it's a power trip. So you don't even need to put effort in. It's like, it's just gonna happen. So literally, I hit her up. I was like, we were chatting, and what is it? I asked her. I was like, oh, what are you doing for lunch? Do you want to come meet to lunch? And she was like, oh no, I'm actually eating lunch with a friend of mine. I was like, okay, no lunch. How about dinner?
All right, yeah.
It's literally how I
Man said, I'm trying to feed you, girl. What's up?
like, that's it. Like, that's it. So she was like, oh, okay, I'm down. But here's the thing. When it comes to dating in the workplace, I feel like, especially in the beginning, if you are going to do it, you have to keep it on the
Mm-hmm.
low.
Yes.
Because you don't know if it's going to go right. You don't know if it's wrong. You want everybody business, gossip happens. So maybe down the line, if you guys are solid and you guys are together and that's what it's going to be, then you can, of course, let people know. But in the beginning, when you're still like,
And it's so difficult to know if you guys are gonna make it in the long term. It like,
exactly.
I feel like it's kind of weird, right? Part of me thinks that like you should have that separation, right? Like, if you guys do work together, maybe you work different shifts, right? So it's easier to sort of manage, because if you spend
the workplace.
yeah,
Kings
but
are
like, I feel like
that is very dangerous.
I've done it anyway. But I feel like you've definitely got to be careful, just because you never know. That person, like, what if all right, so me, I've always worked in the hospitality industry, and not specifically for me and my positions, but a lot of positions in the hospitality industry have to do with being friendly. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's all good.
You're right.
So okay, here's the thing. So what we would do is, we would be in a locker area, change, get ready to go to work. So I would change, and sometimes I would get there a little late, get there like right when I had to get there. So I would get there, change, and then go, and they would like walk in early from like the chill area near the locker room to go clock in.
Yeah.
So they would go, and I would change, and then go right after them. Here's what happened. After I asked her out, and we said yes, and we were setting for a date, the group that she's usually with would go, and she stopped and would wait for me. And I'm like, no, 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 no,
Dude,
don't wait.
don't switch up.
Go, go. But she was like really weird about it. I was like, go, don't wait for me, go. She's like, no, I'll just wait here for you. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like,
you making it hot.
yeah, I get it, and I appreciate you. Just go.
It's because that extra unwarranted attention from like everybody else, it dooms relationships sometimes. Yeah, like because you guys still are trying to figure out who you are with each other and where you're at. Yeah, and
that's very dangerous.
Yeah, and even those can be like I know some friends that got into yeah. What's the proper term? Entanglement. Yeah, I know some people that have gotten into those, and I'll be honest with you, one of my last relationships started as like a one-time thing that was like, damn, this is actually
yes.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm just gonna put a pin on the story. It's almost done. After that, and she saw that I was kind of like getting like distancing myself at work a little bit, she was like, oh, I don't know if I wanna if we should go out. And I was like, okay. At least I said okay. Because I was already apprehensive about doing it in the first.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, I guess not then. We'll just be cool. Like 2 weeks later, she was like, oh, asking my friend, like, oh, can you talk to Ralph and see if maybe he'd be willing to give it a try? And my friend who knows me, he was like, he was so apprehensive about doing it in the first place.
Ew.
Definitely not gonna
I love it to have one of your own boys. Yeah, look, and I don't know if you were here for that part of the conversation, but we said 90 to 95% of the time it doesn't always work. It takes specific kinds of people to make it work. You and your wife are those specific. You guys fall into those categories of those specific kinds of people. Well, and that's coñazo. That's what I'm saying. Like, not everybody is mature enough to be able to set those boundaries and expectations. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. But like the example that I just told, the story I just told, like she was not respecting the boundaries,
and like
it wasn't working properly. Like I really feel like it needs to be personally. I feel like in the beginning it needs to be just between you two. And not
I think it's important for you guys to know who you are, where you are, right? So you can set boundaries with each other, but also set boundaries in regards to work in general. Because so what I was gonna say is this woman that I was dating, like we didn't intend for it to become what it became, right? At first. It was I had a crush on her. I didn't know that she was feeling the same way. And, one day I was like, yo, this is weird as hell, but I know I'm your boss, but would you want to like hang out like as friends? And she was like, yeah, well, no, I did not think that she like I was 100% nervous. Please don't do that to me, Ralph. Like I was actually 100%, like I was so nervous. I was super anxious. I get like that every single time. I get. And she said yes a lot faster than I expected her to.
Yeah.
And I didn't
bugged you out?
Like it. Not that it bugged me out, but I didn't read into it because because we just laughed it off right afterwards. But little did I know that like she told me like after we were in a relationship that she was planning that shit the whole time. She was like, yeah, I was trying not to get the job so that I could scoop you. But anyway, while like, after we went on that first date, yeah, yo, she got me. She did. She got me. After we went on that first date, what was it? She like, we had the conversation. We were like, all right, so what are we going to be like? What's our goal here? You just recently got out of something. I've been free for a while. Yeah, they were. And here's the thing though. This
Yeah,
girl
no, you see, so
before,
you put
yeah,
it.
uh,
Boss and employee relationships are
yeah,
difficult
a
to,
hundred
to
percent.
manage.
And
Navigate.
so
It's very difficult.
yeah, and let me just for me personally, right? Because I feel like I'm still talking about like my personal experience here, because I know like this isn't the same for everybody. I
No.
think that I was fortunate enough that this particular employee, I immediately pegged her for management. I could immediately tell that she had the mindset of a manager, of somebody who should be in charge and lead. So as soon as like we saw that she was with it, and like while she and I were dating, like I told her straight up, I'm like, yo, we got to get you to be an assistant manager or a GM at another nearby location, so that like we don't have to worry about bumping heads. So that while she was my employee, you know, we were able to deal with that dynamic appropriately, because we had already established those boundaries beforehand. You know, work is work, outside of work is where our relationship begins and continues. You know, once she moved to that other location, it was so much easier, because at her as a manager, she was doing her own thing. I didn't have to worry about it. You know, I didn't have to worry about like, you know, I didn't have to worry about the boundaries within the store anymore, right? I could show affection if she came over now. You know, I could be myself around her and around my staff now. But before, I always had to be extra reserved to make sure that I didn't like that I didn't give anybody an inkling of an idea that I had any preferential
That's
treatment
how
for
you gotta
anybody.
be.
Because I didn't at the end, like especially like people who know me that are on this chat, you guys know I don't have preferential treatment for anybody. Quick side note, I did once have a girlfriend that I made her either pay full price when she came to visit me at Five Guys where I worked. Oop, it doesn't matter. It was when I worked there. Either, you know what, this wouldn't get anybody in trouble, but Ralph, I don't, you know who I'm talking about. She either paid full price when she came to see me to eat, or I paid for her
You made
food
her pay
myself.
extra. He
Like
was not playing.
because at the time I was on my way to assistant manager, or already assistant manager, and I'm by the book. I don't play that. I work hard
Very
for
much
where I'm
so.
at, and I don't want nobody to try to tear me down for that. But either I paid, I like took my card out of my pocket and paid, not like, oh, it's my shift meal paid, or she paid full price. So I've always had that distinction between love relationships and like working relationships. They're very important to separate, and not everybody can do that. If you can separate that,
Unfortunately, if you
you can
can,
like like you can go super far, like you and your wife
I feel
did,
like that's a
because
part of the thing that puts you in that percentage if you can separate. If you
yeah,
can separate it,
yeah,
that's
a
one of
hundred
the
percent.
things that you need. That's a prerequisite for a work relationship. You need to
I
be
feel
able
like you have to be able to accept another person for being who they are, whether they're near you or
to.
away from you, but setting those boundaries for when there's that because we're still different people, right? Even if we care about
At
each
the end
other,
of the day,
there's
we're
still going
all
to be
just
things
yeah.
that don't necessarily mesh well together, and we might not be able to
Hmm.
work well together on certain things. We might have be work well in a relationship, but that doesn't mean that we are super friends. Like what that we're not like super friends at work, or like we might have different work styles. Like that ex of mine, she was a lot more detailed in her approach, or she would focus on specific things, whereas I would try to run the store in more of a general fashion, or you tackle problems differently, and sometimes
Hmm.
that causes friction, but that's not um sorry, yeah, sometimes that causes friction,
Hmm.
but that doesn't necessarily equate to like a positive or negative experience in the relationship. um you got to start with that conversation and setting those boundaries.
Facts.
Communication is number one.
No, a number one for any relationship communication.
All the time.
So
All the
let
time.
me. So speaking about relationships is the transition. I wanted to speak because I feel like
Speak
we
on
could
it.
have a very interesting conversation about monogamy in the modern. I feel like
uh
this is a very, very interesting conversation. I feel I love having this conversation about like where monogamy stands today. Because I feel like right now more we uh, we are seeing the world kind of open up
Mm-hmm.
to monogamous relationships and
Mm-hmm.
have a respect for non-monogamous relationships. I've been seeing see it like social media and stuff. Like you'll start seeing a monogamous relationship like um secondary partners and primary partners. And I love it personally.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh snap! The boys here.
Ooh. Oh, my
Oh,
man
that's right.
said on his plasma screen. See, Ralph, put your
Yes.
microphone directly in front of you, please. Please.
Okay. It's okay. It's right here.
Ooh, that is sexy.
Is
Yeah.
th- Please don't tell me that I have to do this.
Yo, right, right. It sounds so good.
I'm so angry. Like I have to just hold it here.
Yo, nah, you don't have to hold it, but see if you could like put it on top of some
Bring
books
it a
or
little
something.
closer. I
Yeah.
got it like right here. How's that?
And yeah, and your gain is at max. All right, let me see. Let me see what else I can do for you on my end. Uh,
No, we're good. I think everybody can hear me. We've covered so far.
oh
We've
yeah.
talked about
Uh,
dating apps. We've talked about
cartoon
work,
duos that Ralph and
cartoon
I
duos,
actually are.
workplace
Workplace
relationships.
relationships was what we
Uh,
just finished talking about.
and we spoke on, and we were. I'm just starting to transition into talking about non-monogamous
Uh,
and
or yeah,
relationships
monogamy in the modern
in the
era.
modern, yes, modern era.
So how do
But
you feel about it? Hey, how about
the
you
funny
speak
thing
your
is that I've
truth?
done research. Like I've done research on the topic just because it's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I feel like we're so, as a people, at least like in our society that we come up in North American, we are so stuck on the idea of a monogamous relationship. I mean, the majority. And I feel like there are some people who know, like they know that they would do better in a non-monogamous relationship. Like they
Yeah.
have a heart being with one partner, only being with, and unfortunately and because monogamy is the thing that everybody's doing, they'll keep trying to do monogamous relationships because, oh, I get, like, this is the thing, this is the only thing, like me
Yeah.
having a girlfriend and me being monogamous and me being with a single partner, only thing that's available to me. And it's unfortunate because there are so many options out there. um you can be married to multiple people. I've seen sister wife situations. I've
Yeah.
seen multiple husbands. Like, if it works for you and everyone involved,
That's what
give it
matters.
a
That
Yeah.
try.
happens in
Yeah.
every
Step
episode of
outside of your circle and meet people who may be open to these ideas. Like, you may find a whole new group of people who are interested and open to these ideas, and you may find something that works for you. Like, because there are certain people who just keep cheating, that they keep stepping out of their
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
or they'll ask their partner about stepping out of a relationship, and their partner will get so insulted they'll break up with them. Like, it's a vicious cycle that can be broken with exploration, research, and changing the people that you're around.
Yes. Absolutely. Um, I I haven't done as much research as you. Uh, I do have a friend that I speak to online that he is polyamorous, and he has his main partner, and he's really open with us about just his experiences,
Mm-hmm.
in a mostly PG way. Um,
Mostly PG.
yeah. Sometimes it gets PG-13, but nothing,
There's
nothing
certain
further than
age
that. Yeah,
there.
PG-13,
There.
maybe NC-17,
That's
but
what I was
nothing.
thinking.
Yeah,
More.
nothing. Not like rated R. Or X. Thank goodness. Um, but and the way that he explains it is like it's really about you have this main connection with your main partner, somebody who's like that's your ride or die, that's your like, yeah, you don't see him anymore, but here you saw it today. And he's like, yeah, he has his main partner, and like he knows that she's always there for him, like they're always going to be there for each other. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
allowed to take on other partners, as is he, and they also share partners. But it's always
Yes.
communication, right? It's always like, hey, I
Mhm.
found this person that I think is attractive. I kind of want to get to know them and see if maybe you like them as well, like. And it's, yeah, or sometimes it's like, hey, I found this person that I might want to take on as a secondary partner. And it's again, communication. It's all about communication. Communication is number one,
Mhm.
two, three, and six, incidentally.
And
uh
six.
yeah, not four. Four is
Not four.
four is sex. I don't know. I wasn't really looking at I
Four
wasn't really
is
checking the list. I'm sorry. I
four is give your partner the same amount of pleasure that you expect.
yo
If not better.
yo not see, I feel like let me not speak on it anyway. It's, look, it is still
Fine.
Sunday, it is still the Lord's Day, all right. Yeah.
Listen, I said pleasure. That doesn't have to be a sexual thing.
No, you're
Okay.
right. You're right. Look, I am well versed in the art of non-sensual massages.
Oh,
They are non-sensual because I make weird noises during them to make sure that the mood
to
stays
kill any
platonic.
sexual
Yeah.
tension in the room.
I pull up with my Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ah, yeah, you like this? I'll do
I
it.
keep my oils in like a nerdy yellow duck container,
Oh,
so it's not sexy whatsoever. And
and
it's
it
just
quacks
always
whenever you squirt
quack.
it.
When I dispense this, quack, 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 and see how not sexy this is. I just want to make sure that we're getting the tone of the. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. I'll be completely honest. I've toyed with the idea, just the idea. I feel
Like,
like, yeah, I feel
okay.
like
So
I
just
don't
specifically,
have the
yeah.
capacity.
But just
Um,
for you specifically, just us, just me throwing a scenario in your direction. Like,
yeah.
let's say there was a girl that you were interested in. She was interested in you. You guys. Now,
Am
let's
I
say,
dreaming?
she, huh?
Am I dreaming?
Oh, this is such an impossible scenario for you. And then the dragons come in, right? So, this is the scenario, and then this one comes to you. Listen, I am sexual. I do want to experiencing, experimenting, a sexual aspect of myself while we're together. So, would you be interested in maybe open relationship? You can have second, only be female.
Hold on a second, bro. You're cutting out a little bit.
Cutting out.
Yeah, it's because with the emotion, you pull away from a little bit from
Oh
the,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
start
I'm
hitting the
sorry. Okay,
snake,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
and
sorry.
and
Okay.
and I can't hear
So
you through the
like, let's
microphone.
say, all right. So you have a woman that you're in a relationship with. That's fine. Everything is cool. She is bisexual and wants to. It's too cool for the mic. I need a better mic. So she is bisexual and she wants to not lose that aspect of herself while she's with you. So she's asking if you'll be willing to open a relationship for you guys to experiment with secondary partners. She would only be experimenting with females. You can experiment. You can be out, do what you want with females as well. And then if you want in the future, you guys could come meet. If you find somebody that you are
So
both mutually interested in, you could bring that person in for you to experiment with at the same time. Like, would you be comfortable with something like that?
So Ralph and I, you and I, you've posed this to me in the
I
past, and
have.
I'm gonna give you the exact same answer because this is
I want them
this is
to
my
hear the
truth.
answer.
This is my heart of hearts. I don't know if I
Yeah.
could,
Mm.
because I think what, like, one of the things that pissed me off, because this topic, this question came from like something that either one of us had read or sent to the other one or something, but I think it's reductionist to say, if you're a hetero man in a relationship with a bisexual woman or a pansexual woman, to just be like, oh, I'll only accept you exploring, your sexuality if it's with a gender that I approve of.
That's why this is like
your
close
sexuality is only,
polyamory is what I'm
yeah.
proposing to you.
Yeah, oh, your sexuality, I only, it's only your own when it when it benefits me or my fantasy. Like that's fucked up. If you're
Look,
dating,
you got 5 friends like that. This
what,
is becoming
yeah,
more and more
like
common, and I love it.
I don't. No, no, no. Wait. Five
Hey,
friends
what do
like
you mean?
what? That are
I love it.
polyamorous or that think the way that I'm saying right now? Cause, yeah, there's a small delay. Um, it's I feel like it's messed up, right? Like if I'm dating, yeah, if I'm
It's the
dating
way I'm
someone,
saying.
no, the way that I'm saying that
You're saying,
yeah, that,
oh
oh,
no.
their sexuality can only be their own sexuality when it benefits me in some way, right? If I'm in a relationship with someone and they feel like they have to limit themselves, like I'm not doing them justice. Like I'm not being accepting of them and who they are, and I shouldn't even like be in that relationship, or we shouldn't be in that relationship. If on like if on the other hand, right, that conversation is always like it's important to have, right? Because even if she tells me, hey, I kind of want to see if we experiment with having secondary partners, depending on where we are in the relationship. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the important thing right there, where we are in the relationship, not social media, not our friends, not our family members. Where we are in that relationship, if we feel comfortable bringing other people into that, that's up to us. It doesn't. It's not up to anybody else to comment on that. While I personally don't know if I have the capacity, right? Because I get possessive. I wouldn't say I get jealous, but I get possessive. I care about you. Like I'm gonna claim you all day long, and I want to know that you're claiming me as well. And my only fear is like what, and this is a selfish fear, right? Like let's say if I do get into like some polyamorous relationship, what if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the favorite anymore? What if you
Oh
don't
my
like me
god.
anymore? But that's the thing, right? At that point it's not really polyamory. It's more, that person found somebody that they liked more. It's not that they found another love to bring into this relationship. Is that they found a love
Yeah, no.
outside of
Me, I
the
was speaking of
relationship to
more of an
maintain.
open relationship.
Yeah. But I feel like open
Yeah,
relationship,
I feel like
yeah,
open relationship is
you
like
get to do your dirt.
the
Yeah,
safe step toward polyamory, like the
it's
safest step you can take in that direction without just full blown having to
Yeah, I got
screw
my
up more.
girl and I got my fiance. My fiance got her boyfriend, and I got my girlfriend. What's up? Like,
Yeah, and there are situations like that. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. If that works for you, awesome,
yeah. I
awesome.
think I think what it takes is for us as people who may not be in that situation
It
to
is a
not
serious
talk down
question.
to it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, to not like look down on it, right? Because it ultimately, like, it's them, right? It's their
It's
love,
them.
it's their
It's not your
relationship. Like, it's
relationship.
not like they're running over to you and being like, "Hey, you want to be involved? We're gonna involve you in what's happening." And every time
No,
I,
and very rare. And if the
like,
people are mature, which they usually have to be for the situation to work,
yep,
they're not gonna do that. They're gonna try to just rope you into it. Like, okay, so here's a funny. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a scenario because you know I
hit you
love
with
to
the,
give you scenarios. I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's say I get a girlfriend, attractive girl, by some miracle I get a
yeah.
girl,
God bless, God
attractive
bless.
woman.
I have faith in you.
Please.
I have faith in
So hopefully we'll see. I think I'm halfway toward him. We'll
you.
see. I'm like halfway there. Like I'm getting there little by little.
Yeah.
So let's say that were to happen, and I introduce you to people, and you know I'm serious or if I introduce you to people.
Yeah.
And very rarely do I spread around the girl, only if she's serious. What? So she meets you and she says to you, "Oh, me and your friend are in an open relationship. Would you ever want to try something like me and you?" Like, and like she's asking you before like even asking me just to see if you would be interested before bringing it up to me. What would you say in that?
I like, is this like a text message or did she pull up on me in person? Because if she pulled up on me in person, I'm incredibly uncomfortable. Don't
No,
look at
yeah,
me
yeah.
in
If
the
she pulled up
face.
on you, that's something up.
And if
She
she
pulled up on you
if
at
she
some
sent me
point.
a message, I'm calling you immediately.
Okay,
Like,
I know you are because you're my boy.
yeah.
But like, okay, so let's say we're all out.
Even
Let's say
yeah.
we're all out, and like I'm doing something over there,
You know, you're
and
DJing, we're
she just
vibing.
pulls you to the side real quick and be like, "Can I talk to you about something real quick, just since we're all here?" And she pulls you to the side, like asks you in person, like, and I'm like over there doing whatever. Like, what would you be your response to the situation? And I'm gonna say in the scenario, you are attracted. Like she is attractive.
I still have that like incredible loyalty to my friends that I like. I feel like the
And I
first thing
appreciate
I'd
it,
be
yeah.
like I'd be taken aback and I'd be like, does does Ralph know you guys are in an open relationship? Because you know me, I always have to open with a joke, right? Always open with a
Is
joke.
he aware?
Does
Does
Ralph
he
know you?
know
Does Ralph know you guys are in an open relationship? And if she says yes, I'd be like, does he know that you're considering me? Right? Because it's one thing, right? Because it's one thing to like be
Because
in an
Ralph
open
was feeling.
relationship and like, you know, mess around with just some dude, you know, some guy she meets at a bar. But to be one of your best friends, for her to come to
Yeah.
one of your best friends and be like, I want to know what your dick is like. Nani? Bro,
I
that's
want
because
to know
that's
that it was
essentially what it
something like.
is. That's essentially what it is.
No, you're curious. You're curious. And like, or she was like, "Oh yeah, he's had sex with one of my best friends. Like, it's not even that big of a deal."
I'll be like, I'm gonna ask Ralph, and then I'm gonna think
I
about
find this
it.
would be so much information to you at one time. Like, he did that and didn't tell me the best.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you're lying. He would have called me. All right, he would have called me while it was happening. God damn it. No.
Bro, I
And
have to
while you're
tell you
doing
what
it,
I'm
think of
doing
me.
right now. I need to tell you what's happening right now.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Can you hear it? Do you hear the macaroni? Do you hear it?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm so glad that this stream is set as NSFW because otherwise.
I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. So
Yeah.
we're free to do these.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would still push all the way through, and I still don't know if I'd be super comfortable, right? Because I would like
feel
I don't
you
mind
would
being
have to have a conversation with both of them.
yeah, like I don't
Or
mind
you
being
would.
Eskimo brothers with you. Like I respect you, but also like I've seen your dick. You know, like
Coco was right.
bro.
That line was golden. That line was golden.
Thank you.
Once-
I like bro, I gave you the nickname LDR for a reason, you know? Like I know I could
Let's
put
not
in
do
work,
this. Let's not do this on
but
stream.
I don't want to
Let's not do
compare,
this on
you know?
stream.
And I
Let's
like
not.
I feel like in the
People don't
back
need
of my
to know
mind,
that.
I feel like in the back of my
Why?
mind, anybody that I put the work in on would be like in the back of my mind, I'd always be like, did he do it better?
Listen, and we listen. That's a
But
question we have to-
not in a way, not in a way that's like I want to be better than my friend or I'll feel inferior to my friend. I just want to know.
You're just curious.
I just want to know. Yeah.
Listen, let's not talk about the acronym.
Yeah. Ralph's nickname from me is LDR. Just
and let's not talk about what the acronym means. Let's just say it's LDR, and then we're gonna move on.
you can figure it out.
Let's not.
Move on. Yeah.
You have to
Anyway.
figure it out. Listen, puzzle. There's a puzzle for the crowd. You guys figure out what it means. We're not gonna tell you if you're right. We're gonna put it in the comments. We're not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I have such a love-hate relationship with this nickname.
You hate it because it's an accurate descriptor, and it gets you into more fun/trouble than you want.
It does. It does. Like, bro, you know how mad I was when you introduced me to your cousin as LDR? You know how mad I was? And then, like, she sees me again years later. She's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, why do you remember this? Like, I hate and love at the same time.
It's memorable, bro.
Like,
it's memorable.
I don't want this. Don't.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Can't, bro.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to like have to think about those comparisons. Like I wouldn't want to have to think about that while I'm.
I wouldn't care personally. I wouldn't care personally.
And I feel like after we had the conversation, like if I knew that you were cool with it, and I knew that she was a cool person that wasn't gonna make it weird afterwards, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be super weird afterwards, I'd be more likely to consider it.
Mm-hmm.
No guarantee that I'd do it, right?
No,
And I
man, consider it fun.
you know what though? Because especially because you know me, I would definitely crack jokes about it for the rest of our lives.
Oh,
Like for the rest, for the
listen,
rest of
if
the
I
time, yeah,
married this
yeah,
woman, we would be
yeah.
joking about this forever.
Do I need to come to the
Ever.
marital bed? Just just bed the wife. And when you guys are walking off, I'll start following a little too close behind. No.
Just know that I would make you very uncomfortable about this.
That's
Like I
fine.
would come to you, like literally, I'd probably come to you. If you were to do so, I would come. So she told me that you did this thing, and I just need you to just describe it. I need you to describe, tell what you did, and just go ahead.
A little louder, bro, and towards the camera, all right, towards the microphone. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like she came, like I'm gonna come to her, but like she said that you did this thing, and she was all the rave about it. She loved it. So I'm just gonna need you to describe it to me, and I'm gonna write it down. Give me step-by-step instructions as to what you did, and I'm gonna see if I can give it a go.
See, but I'd that I'd return it, and I'd be like, actually, we're scheduled for another session next week if you want to watch. I'm sure there's there's room. I'm sure there's space in the room.
Never talk holding. That's weird. That is weird. Listen,
but
that's the line I'm not.
Or right? See, there you go. I weirded you out more than you weirded me out. I win. Or I'd be like, we can give her a camera, if you'd like. Cook boy, yeah, that's me.
It's weird. Like, I'm okay with knowing it's happening. I don't want to see it.
Yeah. My man's like, what was his name? Joe. I don't wanna know.
No.
Yeah. If you, all right. I think it's as long as it's less than 30 seconds, we're good.
Yeah, that's it. I wasn't gonna go any further than that. Like, no, I'm good on. No.
Yeah. I don't know if that's.
Listen, I'm not.
It's not in my wheelhouse. I don't think. Not yet.
What
anyway.
shade? Who threw shade?
What shade? Hey, we sitting in the sun. What you talking about?
Nice and bright around here.
All things come to light. Yo, OT was here earlier. He was angered by some of our blasphemy earlier.
He was because
he was not angry, but he definitely kicked in the door and he was like, "Hold up, y'all wrong." And here are 3 reasons why. See, I like that though. Like he gives it. He doesn't just say that we're wrong. He gives us reasons. Like he'll argue with us.
Wrong because of this, and this.
We were talking about. Well, I was talking to OT about having him on as a guest voice, potentially in the future. But yeah.
Okay. So we've touched on. Do you have any final points about relationships and monogamy? There. Does anybody have anything to say about it?
I feel like one of the things that I have to say about monogamy in the modern era is one of the things is similar to what I feel like I have to say about a lot of things in the modern era. A lot of things that aren't understood or recognized by our parents, our progenitors, our peers, is immediately discounted as wrong, or discounted as unnatural. And there are some things, while yes, completely disgusting and out of like natural order, loving more than one person is not one of those. Being able to have the capacity to care about many people at once and still be a responsible human, like that is an actual thing. Like I'm sure.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate your input.
Yes, thank you, Coco. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. God bless.
God bless.
But yeah, you know what's funny? I feel like I say God bless a lot for somebody who doesn't actually. I'm agnostic, technically, right?
Man,
it's something I'm used to saying.
My relationship with God is very complicated.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've talked to him more than he's talked to us.
Very much so. Very much so.
Sorry. I got it.
Your final points on the monogamy.
Yes. Thank you so much. I hope we hope to see you here. More often as we stream potentially. I'm glad that you interact with us. It means a lot.
The interaction is
Yeah,
great.
we
Definitely
love
helps the
being able to
conversation.
talk to people. Um, Final thoughts on monogamy. Yeah, just don't feel pigeonholed. Don't feel like you are forced to conform to what is viewed as proper. Just because you're afraid that you're gonna be seen as other. Be true to
Yes.
yourself. You know, you can only really be happy if you're unafraid to love. And
Yep.
you know, part of love and part of loving is about like being able to accept yourself, accept those who you love, regardless of like societal connotations. um Thank you.
This above all else, to thine own self be true.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
Yes.
That's
You
for
know
sure.
what? What's funny is one of my favorite quotes is "I am what time and circumstance have made of me, nothing more."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Literally that.
you know, so but yeah, like that's I'd say those are my final thoughts on
So what I was gonna bring up
oh,
is one thing
I feel like this should have the title "Conservatives would hate this." Uh,
would really. But my thing is that at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: at the end of the day, you do what you want to do and let other people do what they
yeah,
want to do. Like what they're doing has nothing to do with you.
yeah. You
Like
know what's crazy is
don't
that we're the
leave them
ones born
alone.
in the year of the sheep.
That's hilarious. It's true though, but
Yeah,
honestly, it's true. Like I hate when people put their nose in other people's business. Like if they're doing something that you would never, cool. You don't have to do it. Let
yeah,
them do it. Like
yeah,
that's what they're gonna do. That's
yeah.
their prerogative. Leave them alone. Let them do what they want to do. Like if they're
Somebody's
not
gonna do it.
hurting
It's not
anybody,
you. Get over it.
if they're not hurting
Hmm.
anybody, just do. But let them do what they want. So what I wanted to transition into was something I feel like me and you are well versed in, as well as a lot of men are well versed in, the friend zone. Friend zone.
Yo, I I don't even wanna. All right,
No, let's
because
talk about it. Let's
so
just talk about
like all right, here's my thing about the friend zone. Yeah,
What's your thing about friend zone?
when I was younger, I used to believe in it and get tight and all this other shit.
Yeah.
You know, like because I was always labeled a friend. I was
I'm
short,
not ready for
chubby,
this
like
topic.
yeah. Yeah,
Bro,
I was always
friend
like I
zone.
was short, chubby, wore glasses, like and I was a quiet kid cuz like I grew up in a household in a family that everybody was already like super loud. So I kind of got used to just like listening and observing, which made me a natural
Mhm.
friend to a lot of like you know girls when I was growing up because a lot of girls I feel you know felt like nobody was actually listening to them you know, while they were growing
I
up.
get
You know,
that.
and while I had crushes on them and all this other stuff, like you know, they never really reciprocated those romantic feelings. And yeah, when I was young, I was tight about that. But you know, friendship isn't conditional. You know,
Very true.
just because you don't like me that way doesn't mean that I'm not gonna try to be the best friend to you that I can be. Um, don't worry, incels.
We'll save
Yeah.
you. No, the friend zone. I
So the
feel
friend zone,
like
if I let me just
yeah.
finish real quick. I feel like
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the friend zone is. I feel like there is a sliver of the friend zone that is real, and it
Hmm.
is when women knowingly and purposefully lead a guy on, knowing
Oh yeah.
they'd never you know
Oh, I think
entertain
yes.
that like that notion, but they lead him
Hmm.
on for the benefits of his friendship, whether it's
Yeah.
you know like I had a friend that I don't even know right
Wait, don't
like
start telling a
like
story. Hold on.
no, not a full story. Like
Oh, okay.
just like as an example, like I didn't actually have
Okay.
a friend, but like let's say you're a photographer, you know,
Hmm.
now you know you show that like you got
Whoa.
pictures. Now all these models and pretty women are hitting
Yeah,
you up. Oh my god,
that's the
take pictures
thing.
of me. Oh, you should give me a discount because we're friends. You know, or like you know, flirt and all these other things, and try to lead someone on. And then yeah, friend has a truck. You know, oh,
Bird
you
has
know,
a
help me
truck.
move. Like all the yo,
No.
like you know what's funny is I semi got caught by something like that before. But we're not going to talk about that. uh just look, women, date a valorar, you know, like make sure that, you know, look, you have your choice. You have your choice, and I hope that, yeah, and I pray that you always have your choice in your agency, right? Like that's the number one thing. It's incredibly important, you know. How you feel is paramount and more important, you know, in most relationships. But secondary, and immediately secondary, is like, if it's an equal like relationship, then it's got to feel like an equal relationship.
Facts.
It kind of goes back to those power dynamics, right? uh, they're coming over and being like, yeah, let's do this because you definitely want to spend time with me, and I'm
Yeah.
open to spending time with you. Like, that's the, you know, I feel like that's where the friend zone comes into play, is that
Hmm.
that toxic space where it's like, I'm gonna pull you along to benefit from your friendship.
Okay. Okay. Here's my thing, and I do want to acknowledge what he just said. What
Yeah, that, yeah,
because
how do you control
that
your
is a
mind from
very very good
creating that
question.
fantasy?
Here's
Yeah, we
here's
can
my
talk on
thing.
it.
So the friend zone exists if you let it. Now this is what I mean by that. Because if you are interested in a woman, and here's the thing, if you're interested in a woman, make that known as early as possible. That's how I feel like is one good way to avoid the friend zone. Make it known how you and in what direction is going. Communication very clear. Because one thing that one guy, well, some guys will do is that they'll meet a girl, they'll think she's dope, and I'm like, oh, you know, I should probably ask this girl out. I will ask her out today, and then they just get to know them. They end up having a group of separate, and you have not made your intentions clear. So if you don't make your intentions clear, then you are in her mind what she wants you to be, because you have not made your intentions clear that you want to be anything platonic. If she's interested in you for more than a platonic state, then she'll slide you in there. Or if she's just interested in you platonically, she'll slide you that way. Or if she doesn't know what you're trying to do,
Yeah,
she may just wait for you to make your intentions clear, which is something that can happen but doesn't happen too often.
yeah,
So you can like this girl, you not bring it up, her not gonna bring it up. She slides you in that platonic place, and now you're there. And now you're there. Or God forbid, like while you're waiting to ask her, she gets a
yeah,
boyfriend or something, then you're just automatically thrown in there. There's nothing you can
yeah.
do about it. So make your intentions clear as soon as possible. And now here's another thing. If you are interested in one on woman,
I'm gonna touch on what he's saying, because Ralph, see, this is where the Tommy Chucky dynamic comes in. Ralph has gained and maintained this confidence over the over the past 8 years, I
I've
want to
had
say.
to,
uh
I've
and
had
I
to.
I've had a decline in confidence over the past 8 years.
Bro,
uh
you used to be the person I looked up to when it came to confidence. I
I
just gotta
could
be
I didn't
like,
hear anything you just said.
oh, I used to be just like, I gotta be like Noel. He's so
Oh
confident.
my
He just
gosh,
shoots his shot. Like
stop.
girls, like it's fire. This girl, dude is
Yeah,
so
look at Ralph's
insecure. Yeah, you
beard.
talking. So thank you, appreciate that. So oh god. So like you need to like it sucks, especially if you have anxiety, bro. The worst thing that can happen is her saying no. And if
Yeah,
she says no, you don't have to wonder about it.
I
I
feel
hate
like I feel
wondering about it.
Yo, I'm sorry. I gotta jump in here, but I feel like,
Jump in, go ahead, jump in.
I feel like, unless you have anxiety, it's hard to really understand the depth of how paralyzing anxiety can be.
It
I
can be. I've seen it.
bro, there, especially like in that situation, right? Like, it could be somebody that I know likes me, and
Yeah.
I'll sit there for weeks, I like, she could
Bro.
just be nice. Like, she could, like, it could just be a friend thing. Like, it right? And it, like, I've always been the kind of person that, like, you like, especially, maybe it's because of my experience, right? Maybe it's because of my experience, like, growing up always being that platonic friend, and each of my, like, romantic intentions kind of being, like, quelled or quashed, depending on what keyword you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I started to try to look at every relationship I'm getting into as just a friendship and try not to assume. Um, but the problem with that is you never take the leap, so you never know.
But here's my thing though. You in doing that, you are not setting any terms here.
Yeah, you're
You're
right.
giving her all. You're like whatever you want it to be. That's what it's gonna be.
You're
Like
right.
your intentions, what you want to happen, you need to throw that into the ring as well.
Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna
Like you
lie.
can't.
I'd be afraid they just gonna stop talking to me.
But here's my. That's my thing.
But like
Here's
that,
my
like
thing.
that's what it should be,
Right.
right? Like you know,
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah,
if we're not
that's
if
what
we're
it
not on
is.
the same vibe, then we shouldn't even have to
That's what
worry
I'm
about it.
saying. Like
But
that's
I
what
like
you're
having
doing.
friends.
Blame, blame. No, but here's the thing. But you listen. You shooting your shot and getting dubbed doesn't mean that you don't have to be friends anymore.
It
Then you
just
just
makes
have
it
to
awkward. Yeah.
reevaluate. Oh, it doesn't make it awkward. Like
Well,
I've shot
it
my shot
can.
with girls and
It
gotten
can make
dubbed,
it
and then
awkward.
we're still cool.
Yeah.
It can be depending. But here's my thing: if you shoot your shot with a girl and she's not with it, and then the friendship gets weird afterward, is that a friend you really want to have?
I
Like she
mean,
can't like y'all can't just be cool and move
you
past it. Like
know,
that.
I
That's a
yeah, I
maturity thing,
gotta
right?
yeah, I have to agree with you because yeah, I do have a friend that like I tried to shoot my shot with her. She was like, nah, but we've still been incredible friends ever
That's what I'm
since.
saying. Like
Like
that's
we
possible.
did take a friendship break for like 3 to 6 months, but I
That's
like,
okay.
but we like yeah,
That's
tight.
okay. Like that's okay. And let's say it had gone the other way. Let's say she was like, "Oh, put it." That's awesome. But here's my thing: if you said nothing, all it would have been
Yeah,
is hanging over your head.
yeah.
Is I wonder if she'd say yes.
Probably would have kept smashing though. But
But I still would have been like, I wonder, like the I wonder whether or not she'd say yes. That bothers
yeah,
me more
yeah,
than no.
yeah.
That bothers me
You
more
know
than no.
what? I like. I feel like this also kind of touches on that monogamy in the modern era thing, because
Yeah.
I feel like the colloquialism that I'm gonna tag now is, excuse me. I feel like my heart is attached directly to my dick, and if it's and if it's just too good and you're like because I'm already like really picky about who I'm a mess around with
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
I don't take my pants off for just anybody, rarely anybody. So
Well,
like
sex completely throws another whole factor.
yeah, you got to be
This
the
is me
right kind of
talking
person
about.
to you got to be the right kind of
This is
person to be
me
able to
talking
balance that
about
out.
separate. Sex can
Yeah,
be
yeah,
complicated.
that in itself is a 2.5 to 3 hour episode.
Bro, just talking about sex can complicate
Let's
things.
talk about
Bro,
sex.
we have to have just a sex episode.
Yeah,
Just talking about what
or
it
or
is, what it
four.
can be, and
Yeah, yeah.
because it's nuts. But
I get it.
just speaking on, just speaking on the friend zone, it only exists if you let it.
Yeah,
Because here's my thing:
yeah.
you have to remember you
The
have
friend
multiple
zone needs to be
situations
manifested.
with yourself. It has to be manifested. If you are interested in this woman, you shoot your shot. She says no. You can choose to leave the situation too.
Yeah. What
If
was it?
you are friends with this woman, if you're more interested in that than
Yeah,
platonic, and she's platonic, and it's like you want that so bad that you can't just be regular friends with her, say you can't do it.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah. It's better to
You don't.
create the space than torture yourself trying to do
That's what I'm
something. Yeah,
saying. You don't have to just let her dictate the relationship, and she
yeah,
might be mad about it. I've had that before. Like I shot my shot with a girl. She was like, "Oh no, I really only see you as a friend," and I'm like, to be honest, like I really don't see you as a friend, and I
yeah,
completely respect where you're coming
yeah,
from. But I don't. Maybe we need some
yeah.
distance. Maybe one day we could be cool. But and she was like, "What the hell? Just because I don't want to date you."
Another mic.
Like, listen. Oh, just because I don't want to date you, like we can't be cool. And I'm like, listen, let's not do this. You don't want a relationship. Cool. I don't want a friendship. You need to be okay with the fact that I want to. It's like I'll have to be okay with the fact that you don't want a relationship.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't force someone to be in your
yeah,
life in a certain way
yeah.
and be mad when they don't want to be that way.
Just because you want somebody in your life in a certain capacity doesn't mean that they have to be there in that capacity.
Exactly.
It's
Like
yeah, it's definitely got to be. It's a give and take. It is still a relationship at the end of the day, whether it's a platonic friendship or a romantic relationship. It is still a relationship. And if there's not like consent, right, to boundaries on the same boundaries on both sides, then it's not equal and it's not going to work out.
And you know
It,
what's the funny thing about that? Short story.
yeah.
Situation like that.
Uh-huh.
I shot my shot. She said, I only really see you as a friend. I was like, okay, then I really just not trying to be just friends with you, so I'm gonna make moves.
Yeah.
And she just like, oh, you know what? Fine.
Mm.
And I was like,
All I heard
this
was this sigh and fine, and everything else kind of like went away. But I,
no, she's like, fine, I'll go out with you once. And I'm like, this is weird. This feels like a pity date. Like, I don't like this. But I was like, you know what? Fine. Fine, let's do it. So we ended up going on a date. She had an amazing time. She
you
had an
didn't.
incredible time. I had a cool time.
Not as
But
good
the
as her.
fact that I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
like
the
because in the back,
fact
yeah, in the
that
back of your mind, like
the
it
back of
was,
my
it was,
mind,
it
I'm
was
like, that's
reticent.
how
Like
you
she didn't
said
want to
yes.
do it.
It's weird.
Like,
Like I'm gonna be here
yeah,
and I'm gonna give you everything that I would give you on a date, but this is like just a little weird.
yeah.
And she ended up like, because of the date, she ended up like looking at me in that light a little bit. She was like, "Oh, a date." I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I would have been petty enough to be like, yeah,
Like
you
we
saw
went
all
out.
that,
Listen,
yeah. See, if you would have
all
been at
that.
least open to trying it, yeah, you would have got the hookup, son, because that was just date one. You should see what I had for
That
two
was
and three.
that, that was me bullshit. You
That
should
was
see.
man,
You would
I
have
I
seen.
threw that together in
Like
a half hour.
that's what I'm saying. Like I was bored one day and I put this together and you're loving it. Oh, you have no
Yeah,
clue what it
forget
is.
it.
Nah, you good. And then she got mad again. She was like, "Oh my god, now that I want to," I'm like, "You see how you this energy? I don't like this energy. So no. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
I
yeah. I'm
appreciate it.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you got to go. Like I
Yo,
don't know, right? I feel like it's always weird when
reclaim
it switches up like that, right? Because nobody expects that, right?
I'm sorry, Kings. We have to reclaim our time. We
Yo,
have
you
to
know
reclaim.
what? I
We have to
respect it.
reclaim our energy.
I respect it.
I like you can't let. I'm sorry. Like you cannot let these women dictate every relationship you're going to have. You have a say. You
Mm-hmm.
have a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You have and keep it
Yeah.
in mind. Keep that
I
in mind.
and so kind of going back into like how do you control your mind from creating that fantasy? This is the advice that I would give you.
Yes.
Um reality. You have to take time for yourself to reflect. Okay, it might not be easy reflection, it might be some painful reflection, it might be some hard truths that you're gonna have to
Yeah.
confront. You might even need a friend or somebody that you know who's gonna be honest and unbiased with you to help you try to break it down and figure out what's going on. Because I've had
Yeah.
friends come to me and be like, "Yo, I can't really read this situation, bro. Can you help me try to figure out like what's going on here?" I've gone to friends and I'm like, "Yo, I can't really tell if this girl is into me or if she's like, holding me on the line. Like, can you guys help me out?" We need to like we got to stop forgetting that humans are social creatures. Okay, our experiences need to be shared so that we can all grow, right?
Yeah.
If Ralph comes to me about a situation in which he was hurt by somebody in a similar way that I was hurt by somebody, or he's in a situation where it's the beginning stages and I can identify those behavioral patterns, and I could tell my friend he can protect himself, or he can subvert it and have a conversation with his partner so that they instead move in a positive manner, right? We need to sometimes be able to swallow painful truths and be with ourselves like uncomfortably until we can learn to call out behaviors that don't benefit us and that won't benefit us, right?
And it sucks sometimes because like
No, it
sometimes
sucks
you
all the time, not
no
sometimes.
like if you're friends with a girl that you find attractive, just y'all just staying friends, but you do find her attractive, it'll hurt to get to know her, and then sometimes you'll get to see things about her that you like even, and it's just like, oh really,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
like go to her house over for the first time and she has a dope ass Pokemon poster in her room.
It's lit. But under it, it's a Justin Bieber poster.
No,
Tragic.
why you gotta
No,
ruin it?
sorry,
Why you
sorry,
gotta
sorry,
ruin it?
sorry. No.
Like I'm imagining Noelle walking into a girl's room and then you see a Diablo 3 poster in her room, and then
Yeah,
you
I'm
see
staying in that room. Cause I
you see a Diablo 3 poster, Overwatch poster.
I would have to check. God, I almost made a terrible joke. Anyway, um,
I
see this
wanted
is
you to
see this is
joke,
this
but
is how we
fuck.
catch ourselves. This is how we catch ourselves, right? We
Yeah,
gotta
or for the boys, like if she's like a Naruto post, like you just see dope
yeah.
stuff that you link to and can have conversations with her about. Or if you see like, I remember seeing a girl and I saw that she had a tattoo. I think she had a tattoo. She had an avatar tattoo, and she had all four nation symbols
One
on
of
her
my friends
forehead.
just did that.
And I was like, I looked at, it, I was like, that is awesome. That
Here
is
and
so.
now, I promise to love you for you. Yeah, that's
I don't got me right.
yeah.
But bro, like it'll mess you up. It'll mess you up. But
Yeah,
you just accidentally have a conversation about something that you love with.
yeah.
Like, what
That's what it
is it?
was with the girl that ghosted me.
You see? Yeah, like you just accidentally mention something.
Yo,
Like one for me personally,
Disney.
if we accidentally have a conversation about Spider,
Oh yeah,
like she,
Spider Man.
oh, it's
Oh
over with.
yo,
It like she
show
brings
your
up,
tattoo. Where's it? Show him. Show him.
it,
I mean we. Yeah, bro.
yeah, I love Spider.
Yeah.
So like if she brings up like, oh, I was watching Homecoming the other day, I'm like, what are you watching? Like, yeah, I was watching Homecoming the other day. It's cool, but it's not as good as Into Spider-Verse. What did you just say? Excuse me? Like, I'm done. Like that's gonna mess me up. If I find her attractive and she says something like that, and I'm just friends with her, it's going to be like I could see us having a conversation. It'd be so dope. I could see us having these conversations. But you can't let your mind just.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be great.
You have to rein it in with reality,
Swallow. It would
and
be great.
take your
It would
time.
be great.
Yeah,
Swallow it.
yeah.
Like let it go. Like you can't
It's
let your mind wander.
and you know what though, like we're gonna start winding this down relatively soon, but I think the saddest thing about that is that it is seen as a negative thing to be excited in a relationship or to try to get into a relationship. Like, why is it so bad for us to show that we're excited to talk to somebody or get to know somebody or that we're attracted to this person? Like, bro, like it's so difficult
You can't be thirsty, bro.
yeah, but like fuck that. Yeah, like what's great. Yeah, and I like I kind of like telling this story because it's not a great story, right? It doesn't paint me in a great light necessarily. But I remember like when I was a little kid, I was like in kindergarten. I walked up to like it was the first day of kindergarten. I walked up to a girl that I just knew. I was like, wow. I gave her a kiss
I'm
on the cheek and I told her I like you, right?
what?
Yeah, I like
That's
apparently that I was told about this, right? Because I don't remember doing this, but I was told about this. Walked up to her,
bro.
told her I liked her. She ended up being in the same kindergarten class as me. It was me, her, and that was when I met one of my oldest friends, and
Love how
she
you say
ended
this
up
paints you in a bad light. This is
no,
kindergarten.
I'm not.
But
No, I'm not done. No, this is just the beginning. Um,
oh no.
she ended up, not liking me. Right? She liked
Oh
my friend because he had gorgeous eyes, and when you're 5 years old, what matters to you more than like things you can see?
yeah,
So
pretty much.
yeah, she liked him. And also we're five. Like we shouldn't be worried about this anyway. But like, so she's focused on him, and I'm telling you, I pined for that girl for like 2 years. I
So
enjoyed being in class with her. Like, bro, we would go.
I just want to inform the audience that Noel is a serial monogamist, and this has been the case from childhood. Been the case from childhood.
Yeah, it
Well,
has been.
go ahead.
Like, I'm telling you to the point where like we whenever we would go on like school trips, and she and I were paired together in the line, I would be super hype for like holding her hand, and this is where it gets even cheesier. We used to like sing like just random songs. Like we would either come up with our own songs, right? Not just me, like not just me and her, but my friend as well. Like we would all like just, it was weird. We were between 5 and 7 and like writing songs with each other and like writing raps and stuff and like just talking to like and on trips and like that to me was incredible, right? But then like the desire for some reason, like liking her never really went away. The more she liked somebody else, the more I was like, nah, bro, that's messed up, that's messed up, like, you know, like just trying to be a part of it. There was this one situation, and this story could go on for a while, but she made it clear that no, my friend started lawyering his way into a better standing with her. You know, she was,
What?
yeah, she was giving us percentages. She was like, you know, oh, Noel, I like you 70%, you, I like you this percent. And like he started like saying, oh, but I did this for you. She started like
Oh,
switching
I
it up,
hate that.
and like like his
No.
percentage would go up and my percentage would go down. Clearly, you know, we
Take
just
your
recently learned about
number.
percentages. Um, and like, bro, and
Stop.
it kept going. And then once we were like even, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. And like this was like the 50% line that I was at, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and like I had my little man like walk off and jump off, and I'm like, no, that's it. Like, yeah, y'all can have each other. And I like pretended to be mad
Oh.
at her and like not like her, but I it stayed, bro. 6th grade, we went to different schools. She hits me up that summer. She's like, I'm visiting
Uh-huh.
my aunt. You should come see me. It's 2 blocks away. Yo, I can't tell you how fast I got on that bike
I can imagine how
with
fast you
with
were
a
like, I'm
bouquet
there.
of, bro,
I'm
I
already
yo,
there.
I asked my
No,
parents
you
for
did the
money.
bouquet?
Yep, I asked my parents for money. I went and I got
Oh
a bouquet of
my
flowers.
god,
Yep.
bro.
Yep. I biked over there. Boop, 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 boop,
No.
boop. We hung out. I gave them to her. She, being 11 years old, she didn't know what the fuck to do with the flowers. We chatted, like it was fun. And then like and then she brings up out of nowhere, oh, there's this boy in my class that I like, and I'm like,
No. No.
that's cool, right? Word.
No.
Okay.
It
Well,
hurts. It hurts.
and I know for a fact, like I felt the heat. I know for a fact that my face went completely red. I her little brother was there, and that little mother flower, even though it's not his fault, he just started laughing his ass off. He was like 6 or 7, so he didn't really understand, obviously, but he was, he saw somebody sad or just shut down, so he just started
Oh.
laughing.
Oh, that makes it
Yep.
worse.
Got on my bike
No.
and went back home, and I'll be honest. This is probably the best part of this story. That stayed with me, right? And I'm the kind of person that I try not to have regrets. Everything that happened in my life, I try to learn from it, because
Yeah.
regardless of whether I was happy or not that it happened, it happened. Got to grow up. Got to move on, right?
True.
I ended up, like, because of that, like I decided that I would try to focus more on myself, and like try to just, and I became the person that I was. And I saw her again. I saw her
Um,
again in a
did it hit
restaurant.
you all at once?
Oh no. Oh no. It was karma. It was the other way around.
What?
I was looking fantastic. She was not. And she like she
What?
even told me, she was like, "Wow, you look great. I hope you're good. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just, I like it, we should stay in touch. Give me your number." That night she was texting
Okay.
me how sorry she was about what she did to me all those years ago, that how rude she was, and like I was grateful, right? I'm like
Okay.
thankful. But when it seemed like she was trying to sort of pull it into a direction that I had previously wanted it, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm
How
not
was
interested.
how was she trying to pull in that
It's
direction? Tell me.
she like, all right, she tried, I don't want to get into full detail, but she tried playing the
No, I just
sympathy
want to hear
card.
what she said. I just want to
Yeah,
hear like what was like
she tried playing
her
the
first
sympathy
take on
card,
it.
and like at first she
Sympathy
like
card.
it could, uh I so I'm gonna mute this part real quick just in case.
No, come on. You can just say
All
what
right,
she
yeah,
said.
all right,
There's no
fine. No, no.
specifics
So she
here.
like, she started talking about how she cried about, about like she started thinking about what she actually did in the situation, and she said that she like cried because of it. And
What?
if I'm completely honest with you, like for the first time ever, I consider myself a very empathetic person. Like I feel people's emotions and feelings I see
Yeah,
on
you do,
TV all
but
the
not
time in
not in this
person.
scenario.
Bro, in that scenario, I was like, like because I'm more attract like a more attractive option now, and it, like doesn't change who I am, because all of the poems and stuff that she fell for the other guy for were poems that I wrote.
What?
Yeah, I mean, he got the skills for him afterwards,
What?
but he like when we were younger, he used to ask me to help him to
I'm
write poems to like to
done.
bad girls. So, bro, I've been out here for a minute.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
like and like I back then I remember like I spoke to her, and like I had written poems and shown her them as well, like to try to be like, you see anything similar, any, is does the prose look similar, we got the same iambic
Does the
pentameter,
rhyming scheme seem
like
familiar at
the
all?
the voice behind this essay, really pulling up. But yeah, yeah, no,
That's
that like that thing
that's
like that,
yeah.
I feel like that really changed my perspective of myself for like, yo, you know what? I think that's what gave me confidence for high school. I feel like that I feel like that's what gave me confidence for my high school years.
Listen, bro. I want to just and after I feel like, do you want to say the? I want to say one thing and then I want to say one more thing and then we got
Yeah, we got an
about it
outro
our time.
after this.
So the story you just told me reminded me this. You've seen the movie Hitch,
Yeah,
Hitch with Will Smith and
yeah.
Mendes. There's a deleted scene. It's on YouTube,
Not
and
the one
it's
with the
what
camper.
with the what?
No, just go ahead. You just say it. I'm not gonna
Okay,
assume. I'm sorry.
there's a deleted scene where he walks into a cafe, and the woman that broke his heart in college was there, and he was looking much better than he looked in college. Put together, his suit was looking good. Da, da, da. So he's there, and she's like, "Oh my god, Alex!" And he's like, and he's thrown for a second because he's so confident now, but you could see him shrink back into that
Yeah,
version of
yeah. You become that person
that's
again.
hating her. So he was, but he like pulled it together. He was like, "Oh hey, like it's good to see you." Caught up, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm writing an article, and I'm trying to write an article in this restaurant. Like they're just catching up. So I'm trying to write an article in this restaurant, but it's like impossible to get a reservation." And then you see like this smirk come across his face, and I'm like, "Oh no, here comes the flex. Here comes the crazy flex." He calls like the major D or like the chef. He's like, "Hey, could you set up a table for a friend of mine?" Yeah. Saturday night? Cool. And she's like, Saturday is impossible to get booked. And he's like, don't worry. Yeah, Saturday. If you can get her a table, put her up. Cool. All right, yeah, you're booked for Saturday. And she's like, what? Like she's just so shocked. And she's like, oh, like, do you live around? Like she was trying to pull up to the crib
Yeah.
because she was like, you look good. Like you
Yeah.
flexed on me something crazy. Like I'm with it. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, I actually like moved out of this area recently. But listen, you have a
It'd
good
be funny if he
and
still
he,
actually lives like right next door or something. He just
he lived nearby. That was
yeah.
the funny thing. He lived nearby. But he was like, actually, I gotta make moves. But it was good seeing you. Best luck with your article. And she's like, oh, but what? Like she wanted, like she
Yeah.
was trying to get to link with him.
Yeah.
And he walked outside, and you could feel it, like he felt himself for a bit.
Yes. Yes.
And then he
Yes.
left. Bro, I saw that scene. I was like, my man,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
God. I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is some of the funny. I think like one of my favorite memes that kind of relates to this is like the girls after compliments nonchalant, and then boys after one compliment in 6 years. Thank you. Yeah, like they. So
Because we don't get compliments like
yeah.
that.
Signing off here. Just
Make sure to follow.
yeah, follow, eventually subscribe if you want, I don't know, whatever you want. I love you.
We're trying to get up to 1K followers by October.
My man's wilding out here, but I'm willing to try.
1K
um
followers by October. I'm calling it right now.
um
Yeah,
Thank
bro.
you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in. My main thing, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. That's it.
Are you doing sign outs? Can I do a sign out? I'm
Yeah,
gonna borrow
yeah, yeah.
something.
Go for it. That's gonna be my sign out. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves.
You're gonna recognize where it sounds from. And in case I miss you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Later, game.